Welcome back to the Sunday races of the CMRA Round 7 here at ECR. Coverage brought to you by Bittinger Media Source. I am AJ Pyne, joined by our regional Pirelli dealer and a racer himself, Chris Hamlett, is the owner of South Central Race Center, who has been part of a number of broken lap records just in the last 24 hours. So how does that feel?
It feels amazing. I mean, we did it last year. We were excited. Obviously, 2 years ago was the first time that we ran clockwise here at ECR. I've been a member here from 20 years ago, and we never ran it this direction. So it was pretty exciting to see. Earlier that year, Ryan Max Johnson broke the record going counter. Then he set the record going clockwise, and then 2 years later, we've got two guys. Not only did Mikey Lou break it twice this weekend, but Camacho.
Yeah, he was on top of it. They were both on top of the lap record.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the way the timing worked out is he didn't get it because he was just a fraction behind Mikey.
I think Mikey got him by 3/10.
Yeah.
But if you look at it on paper, the previous record from last year was a 14.8 or 54.
54.8.
Yeah. So
I mean, we're a second and a half faster.
Second and a half
That's
faster.
wild.
And that's just coming from your top two riders, not just one breakout rider.
Yeah, right.
And everybody's been going fast this weekend,
which is weird because we were kind of slow on Friday.
Yeah,
the
we
track
really
wasn't
were.
great on Friday.
Yeah, and it was kind of interesting for me being the tire vendor. Obviously I've been working with guys all weekend discussing pressures.
Like this guy, Dakota Wall, the Controlled Chaos Ratings,
my
Texas.
employee, Dakota Wolf. Yeah.
Yep. So he's Dakota is the other Pirelli tire tech here with us this weekend.
Dakota set a PB this weekend. Our number one guy in this race, Michael Kluss, coming up. He set a PB and I think a 600 lap record here with a 56.1. So yeah, these guys are moving.
All right, so this is our next gen superbike. So this is going to be everything up to like the Ducati V2, the Gixxer 750, etc. And because it's a superbike class, you're allowed extra chassis modifications, brake modifications. Yeah, Parrish, he's stoked, beyond stoked.
I love that guy, man.
All right,
I gotta get him on Pirellis next year.
So we also, looks like on the grid, we have Mikey Sanchez, who was the lap record setter earlier. He's riding on the back of this, so we'll see how fast he goes. I think the track is probably slowed down at this point in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit hot, a little bit greasy. And, Mikey, after that last race, that Formula One race, we discussed moving over to a Q, but we decided to stay on the X for this last race because he's comfortable and familiar with it.
Right. Okay, so the experts have left and the novices have followed them out of the grid. So going into turn one, we'll see what we get. Unfortunately, we had John Galata's been on the ground at least once today. Did Dakota fall earlier? Was he collected in that turn 5 thing?
No.
Okay.
No, he missed it. He came back to the pit saying, wow, that was gnarly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, all of a sudden we just see bikes laying kind of everywhere.
I saw John earlier go, I don't know what turn it was, but
he went down
across
15.
Track. Yeah, 15, and then jumped over the other side of the track.
Yeah. Yeah, so Michael Klessel, again, Plan A out front, and actually have Robin Lawson there, the number 9 bike, Gixxer, in second place, followed by the 429 of Jacob Rankin on his ZX6. And then all the novices are right on top of each other, except for 525 there, who's, let's see, 525 is one of the bikes I don't have a picture of, unfortunately, so I don't know.
Must have been a last-minute entry.
Yeah, let's see, 525 must have been a write-in. I don't see him. No, that's Frank Boyer. 525. Oh, okay. I just don't have a picture of his bike, unfortunately.
Now, for those of you who don't know Frank's like 64 years old.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. And still doing it.
I cannot wait to still be doing this in 30 years.
I'm 51 and still getting out here, but I tell you, this heat, it gets to the best of us. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. So we've got second and third place is Robin Lawson from Jacob Rankin now going through turn 6 down the hill towards turn 5, where they're going to G out at the bottom of this hill and slingshot back up through 4. Michael Klessel again on his plan A of get in front and stay in front, so he has to minimize all the risk of anyone coming and causing him issues. So you were you're supposed to be out in this race on your V2. What's going on with that still?
So interesting thing. The V2 is such a beautiful machine. It's really easy to ride, but one of the problems that a lot of the Ducatis have had is just overheating. And unfortunately, I had some issues at Coda. Ended up having to go to a backup bike for the last round, and decided I wanted to destroy that bike in the last race on Sunday. So that was fun. But we got a new radiator, new oil cooler system, so hopefully we'll have it back out at the next round.
And it'll also probably not be quite as hot when we go to Oklahoma in September. So you'll probably not have that issue regardless of the equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, we were still even in the winter months, or not winter months, but March, April when we first had it out, Houston, first round, we were still getting to 235, and I think the ambient temperature then was in the 70s.
Yeah,
So
right.
they just naturally run hot. But fortunately, they've got a fix for it. Comes with that red price tag, but
Yes, yeah.
some things
The
are
red
worth
tax.
paying for.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Italian
yeah,
tax.
that's that red tax.
So we didn't get a timing hit from everyone's lap from a dig. It is still Michael Klessel out front from Robin Lawson and Jake Rankin. It looks like John Gulata, the sinister kid, did not end up on grid after his fall earlier today. I don't know if that's an equipment problem or a flesh robot problem or what.
Yeah,
He's not joining us.
he's had an interesting weekend. He was one of my teammates yesterday in the endurance race. Did really well, performed really well, got down to some really good lap times. And this kid's new, man. He just came on the scene last year. I've been working with his dad and John, and we talked a lot during the endurance race yesterday about their future plans. And it's good to see these young up and comers. It keeps the dream alive.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's funny to talk to, right? He's lively
Yeah,
and
he is.
he's inquisitive. So also looking at the grid, we had Chase Black and Mikey Lou Sanchez were both technically stamped on the grid, but we have not gotten any hits from their transponders. So it looks like they didn't go out there either. So really, this is just looks like a four-rider race out front here. Klessel, Rankin, Lawson, and Matt Blair. I think I saw him, the 116 Ducati V2 out there.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pitted. My setup is right across from Mikey Lou's pit, and his bike was still in the pit before I came up here. So I'm thinking maybe they just decided to sit this one out. It's hot.
They've had a hell of a weekend.
Yeah,
Let's not bin it now. Let's not
right.
get hurt
Yeah, I
now.
mean, you broke the lap record by a second and a half twice, so it's like, hey, let's end on a high note.
Yeah, right. I'd pack it up and go home after
I
that.
think I would too.
Yeah, okay. So we finally have some timing hits, but not everyone's classifying with
Mm-mm.
a lap time. This is very odd.
Good to see Cole Mooney back out
Yeah,
there. I think he
so
went down earlier.
okay, everyone's trying to sort. Yeah, so we're having transponder issues. I mean, I think I've got the correct running order. It's still Michael Klessel, out front doing his own thing. Robin Lawson's still in front of Rankin, but it looks like the novice Cole Mooney, number 512, has gotten himself up into fourth overall, winning for the novices. He's followed closely. It looks like no, it's a big gap. Says this, so they're close in lap time, but Peyton Smith is now a fifth overall. He just ran a 206. So Cole's on a 203 pace. Peyton's actually on a 206 pace. Okay, that's what's going on. PC Hadley behind them. He's third for the novices. He just did a 205.6 on the first flyer on his Gixxer 750. And then your boy Dakota is behind them with a 206.8.
Yeah, that's pretty good for Dakota. A lot of, like I said earlier, a lot of these guys are having some killer weekends, setting PBs all over the place. I'm pretty sure that's a close one for Dakota. So good luck to him.
Yeah, I'm bummed that I'm not out riding. I mean, you and I discussed that my bike's set up. I did go out, for those of you who are curious, I did go out to play on Friday on my own bike, so we didn't have any broadcasting to do. I was like, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to bring the equipment. But man, I struggled for setup and basically just spent the whole time turning wrenches instead of turning laps, is sort of what it felt like.
I mean, it's got to be a struggle. You've been working really hard, and man, congratulations to this what you guys have pulled off this year
Yeah,
with the broadcast.
Bittinger Media Sources really,
Josh
we've hit the
and
ground
all
running
the
and we've got
guys
this
over here
working.
that y'all can't see
Yeah.
them, but they are definitely working hard here in the booth. It's amazing to watch them go through these cameras. It's like the
Yeah.
coolest thing.
Yeah, it's this eight-legged
Yeah, it's
four-person
like an
critter,
octopus
yeah,
thing.
crawling all over. We've got duplicate controllers. We got six different screens. I mean, it looks like the Bat Cave in here.
Yeah,
Just
it really does.
screens
It
everywhere.
really does. For those of you at home, I wish y'all could see this is the first. Well, it's the second time I've been in here, but this is the first time I've been doing it. I think live, and
Yeah.
it's a pretty cool experience.
Yep. So we got cross flags out. We've done three, two to go, and we're getting some better looking timing hits. It looks like. So Michael Klessel right now is the only dude on the entire surface running sub 2 minute lap times. He did a 58 dead his first flyer. He just put in a 59.7. After that, Robin Lawson just did a 203. Jacob Rankin behind him did a 202.7. That's basically about as fast as they've gone. And then the novices, Cole Mooney looks like the fastest of the novices right now, the
Wow,
204.1.
204.
Yeah, he ran a 203 dead the lap before that, so he slowed down slightly. PC Hadley has gotten past Peyton Smith, so now PC Hadley is now second place of the novices on his Drixer 750. Peyton Smith's been shuffled back to third on his Triumph. And then behind them, it looks like Dakota's fourth, and Drew Morales, friend of the broadcast, number 508 on his green ZX6. He is fifth for the novices.
Good to
Matt,
see Drew back racing again. He's
yeah,
been out for a while.
yeah. And he's been doing a lot of coaching for Josh.
Yeah,
He's one of
yeah,
the
he has.
instructors for
It's nice seeing him back on in an actual race event.
yeah,
He's stoked too. He's excited. He's having a good weekend.
yeah. He's a stoked human being,
Yeah,
right?
between him and PC, man, it's
Yeah,
like it's a party
yeah,
all day long. It's
yeah,
crazy.
for sure. And then Matt Blair looks like our final expert of that grid, 116. He's fallen into the clutches of several novices. I don't know that he's spent a whole lot of time putting in laps here, so he's probably just a bit unfamiliar with the track.
We don't go this direction very often. Even if you have a membership here, I can't remember who it was in one of the interviews has a membership. Cameron Hartman.
Oh
One
yeah,
of our
he's been killing on his
yeah,
Ninja
he's been
500
killing on his
or
400.
400.
He's been racing with us this year too, and he even stated, I've got a membership here, and this is the first time he's ran this direction. So it's definitely challenging. It's a lot more blind turns, very fast and flowy, so a little bit scary. So it takes a little while to pick up.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I typically prefer this way, and my struggle with setup notwithstanding, I like decreasing radius
I
corners
do
because
too.
I like to spend time on the edge of the front tire.
I
Like that
love it.
feels
I mean,
cool.
I'm not the biggest fan of the drag racing. I mean, everybody in the paddock knows that Coda is not my place of choice. I'm more of a fan of Road Atlanta, Barber,
Yeah.
ECR, obviously this direction. Edge of the tire is where it's at.
Yep.
It separates the men from the boys.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I mean that's also a reason why endurance racing this track is dope because it is a lot of time on the side of the tire. You got a couple,
Yeah.
you've got just enough straights that you can like sort of catch your breath,
Yeah.
but otherwise you're slinging the thing right on the edge of the meet.
Yeah.
So watching some of these novices come through, it looked like is that Parrish there on his green or his
That's
gray
Drew. That's
600?
Drew, I think.
Let's see, we're going around. It looks like there's one Provnov that's sort of getting gobbled up by everyone going through them. So for those of you watching at home, the yellow T-shirts you see, those are what we call provisional novices or Provnov. So when you come and you do your license course and you execute the Provnov race, the mock race at the end of your coursework safely, you are allowed to come out and race, but you have not a full license. You have what's called a provisional novice license. And so what that means is you must survive two separate race weekends doing two races apiece without crashing. They don't have to be sequential. You can survive one weekend, crash a weekend, and then survive your third weekend. And then after that, you are given a full-fledged novice license. And we do that to separate those who sort of want to do this as a bucket list, but never end up taking it seriously enough to not become a hazard to those around them. Because there is a high level of trust that you need out of your fellow racer, and until they've earned that trust and they've demonstrated that amount of control, they're wearing a bright yellow T-shirt that basically says, "Hey, I'm new at this, and I'm a total wild card. Maybe don't lean on me." Right?
That's a good choice, yeah. And back in my day when I first started doing CMR, we had to do two consecutives.
Okay.
So it literally,
And so you're on eggshells your
yeah,
first two race rounds.
well, most are. Me, I was kind of the idiot. I think it took me till about my sixth or seventh round to get my
To get
prom
two in a
night shirt
row.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would make it a weekend, then I would crash a weekend and have to start all over again.
And there
So
are dudes who have won novice championships and they're wearing what's left of a yellow rag that looks like a toga hanging off their leathers. That's all that's left of the T-shirt
I
after
think it was about
crashing in it.
10 years ago, my first endurance race. I thought it would be cute to wear my Provnov shirt. And, now I'm 10 years into it. And so we're going out there and like, who's that Provnov going that fast? I got black flag.
That's
Ryan told me I
so
had to take it
funny.
off.
That's
Yeah,
so
that was
funny.
pretty cool.
All right, folks. So that was sort of an anticlimactic end to our next gen superbike race. You had Michael Klessel ran away with it. He was first place. Jacob Rankin passed and beat Robin Lawson. So that was for second and third, the experts overall. First place novice was 512 Cole Mooney. Followed closely was 475 Parrish Hadley, PC Hadley on his Gixxer 750, and then Peyton Smith, number 480. He was third for the novices. So that is our whole grid. So we're going to take a quick break and come back for the lightweight superstock race shortly. Chris Hamlett from SCRC and Pirelli, thank you very much for joining us in the booth.
Thanks for having me. It's been a fun experience.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
All right, folks. You need fast tires. He's got 2 new lap records as of the last 24 hours. So go talk to him.
As far as I know, I think we own all the track records in CMRE at the moment.
That's dope.
I think so.
That is dope.
Yeah, and we're only getting faster.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. We'll be back shortly with the Bittinger Media Source coverage of CMRA Round 7, Day 2. Stay tuned.
Hey, guys.